Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Hornets' Nest. Westfield set to take on the Young Americans Christian School Eagles out of Conyers, Georgia. The Hornets coming off a defeat last night, 11-4 to the Glenwood School Gators, a game in which Westfield led most of the way, but let it get away from them late. So we'll see if they can correct that here tonight. And on the mound tonight will be number 4, Jake Canterbury. We'll take a quick look at the defensive setup here for the Hornets. Have a little bit of changes with the injury to Gray Brandon last night. But you'll see they're pitching for the Hornets, number 4, Jake Canterbury. His battery mate will be number 9, Will Johnson, catching here tonight. In the infield, it looks like this. At first base, number 16, Cole Miller. Third, number 6, Ross Alden. And then in the middle of the infield, number 7, at shortstop, Ryan Powers. And at second base, number 3, Zane Childry. The outfield will look like this. In left field, number 15, Trey Hardy. Number 1, Ty Shelton will shift over to center field to start this game. And then number 12, Hardy Hudson will be in right tonight. So that is the starting lineup for your Westfield Hornets, looking to get a big region victory here today. They did just that when they went up to Conyers in March and got an 18-1 victory, and we will see over Young Americans. We'll see if they can do that here again tonight. Leading off here for the Eagles of Young American Christian School will be number 5, A.J. Gibbs. He is a shortstop. And batting second will be the center fielder, number 12, Casey Stevens. And batting third, the second baseman, number 18, Alex Abbott. That'll lead off Young Americans in Westfield. Again, we'll have number 4, Jake Canterbury, on the mound here tonight. Got a windy afternoon, which is not bad to keep things a little cool. It's around 82 degrees. And that pitch was low for ball 1. Canterbury sets and fires, and outside, ball 2. Got to find the strike zone here, and that pitch, again, not in there. 3-0 the count here to A.J. Gibbs. Hate to give up an early walk, but that's just what he does, and Gibbs will find first base here. And Canterbury having trouble finding his release here so far. So now to the plate, the center fielder, number 12, Casey Stevens for the Eagles. That pitch high. 5 straight balls to start the game for Canterbury. And if you're Coach Fitzpatrick, that is not a good sign for one of your main pitching, as there's a strike 1-1 as one of your main pitching options, if you will. So 1-1 the count, first strike of the game there for Canterbury. Let's see if he settled down a little bit here as Stevens climbs into the batter's box. That one in there. 1-2 the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Stevens. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 here for Canterbury with a runner on base. And Westfield has their first out of the game. Now it in there. Now the 4th straight strike for Canterbury. And there is another one. Goodness gracious, pounding the zone. And there's a swing and a miss. Johnson going to let the runner go. Not sure if he thought maybe there was already 2 outs, but oh, I got you. So there may have been a little bit of interference with the follow-through there. So now to the plate for Young Americans will be, if I can get there. That ball bounces. That'll move the runner up to third base. Ball 1. And that one gets away, and now the runner comes home, and he will score. So Young Americans on the board first in this game. Johnson having trouble behind the plate. Two and 0 the count. That one high. Now Canterbury having trouble finding the zone. 3-0 the count. And there's another walk. Second walk of the game for Canterbury. And coming up next will be, see if I can get back to their lineup, the left fielder, number 24, Jason Godby. Already 1-0 your score. Young Americans on top, and that pitch, I guess, high and outside. Canterbury a little bit of control issues so far in this game. And that pitch finds the zone. 1-1 the count. And that pitch, maybe a little generous right there. Pretty high, it looked like to me. But Canterbury will take it. And there's a swing and a miss, and Westfield will head to the bottom of the first inning looking to get on the board. But Young American takes the lead here. They score 1 run on no hits and no errors. Strand 1 at first base. At the end of the top of the first, we'll head to break. Westfield trails 1-0. You're watching Hornet Baseball right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I chose to get the vaccine.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the Schools One Act and several plays like Prayer Club, and Tri High Y, and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees, and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
And we are back here, bottom of the first inning. Westfield heads to the plate, down 1-0. And we'll quickly take a look at the lineup here for the Hornets, as you'll have the pitcher, number 4, Jake Canterbury, leading off. Batting second, moving up in the lineup tonight, will be number 7, Ryan Powers. Batting third and DHing for the Hornets will be number 8, James Hayes. Then you got number 16, Cole Miller, the first baseman, batting in the 4 hole. Batting in the 5 spot, number 3, Zane Childry. Batting in the 6th spot will be number 12, Hardy Hudson. Batting 7th will be number 15, the left fielder, Trey Hardy. And batting 8th will be number 1, Ty Shelton. Batting 9th will be number 6, the third baseman, Ross Alden. So that is the lineup here for the Hornets. Westfield hoping that they can get off to a fast start in this game and match what they did up in Conyers earlier in the year. But they probably feel a little surprised. They have a 1-0 deficit in this game, but that's what walks will do to you sometimes. So again, leading off for the Hornets will be number 4, Jake Canterbury, and pitching for the Eagles will be number 22, Sutton Blair. He has an interesting delivery, we'll call it. Unorthodox. So Canterbury at the plate. That pitch high. 1-0 the count. My understanding, Westfield had a big inning to start the game up in Conyers. They'd love to duplicate that here tonight. That pitch low and outside. 2-0 the count. Canterbury struggled at the plate last night. He did get a walk, I think, to lead off the game. Then not a whole lot after that. That pitch in there, 2-1 the count. And that pitch high, 3-1 the count. And a swing and a miss. 3-2 the count now. Full for Canterbury. Sutton got Canterbury to offer it that pitch, and he could not connect. Three and two the count. That pitch fouled back. We'll set things back up. That hit is going to be fouled out of play, into foul territory on the left field line, and the third baseman couldn't come up with it. So full count yet again. That ball skied out to second base. This could be trouble. He makes the catch, does the right fielder. And the right fielder, that is Josh Poole with the out. So now up number 7, the shortstop Ryan Powers, batting second in the lineup today. And Ryan singles to left field with one out. Now a runner on. Up to bat next, number 8, James Hayes. Ryan finds his way down to third base. First base. I'm struggling so far. Can't get my bases right. So Hayes to the plate. 1 out. Runner on first base. That's Ryan Powers with a healthy lead over it. And he takes off. First pitch right down the pipe. And not even a glance down at second. Powers stole that very easily. And that pitch high and away. 1-1 the count. And that pitch, same spot the second one was thrown in, high and away. And that pitch in the dirt, 3-1. Powers will head down to third. So runner on third base now. 3-1 the count to Hayes. And that pitch inside. Now runners on the corners for number 16, Cole Miller. So that pitch gets away. Powers coming home. And Hayes will make it to second. Powers in on the pass ball. 1-0 the count. And Westfield ties the ball game up. So that pitch high, 2-0. The count here to Cole Miller. Swing and a miss, and Hayes steals third. And a swing and a miss there to Cole, 2-2. And that pitch in the dirt, 3-2 the count. And that pitch high, and that will put Cole Miller on base. Runners at the corners. That will be the second walk for Sutton. And that pitch in there for a strike. Number 3, Zane Childry at the plate. And that pitch outside, 1-1 the count. Runners on first and third. And Cole is now on second base. I'm going to have to pay attention because they're not even acting like they're going to throw down. 2-1 the count now. Ooh, that pitch behind Childry. Woo! Feel like Bob Uecker. Major League. How can hitters lay off pitches this close? 3-1 the count. 1 out in the inning. Runners on second and third. And that pitch high and outside. Now the bases will be loaded, and up to the plate will be right fielder number 12, Hardy Hudson. See Childry, also James Hayes in the middle of your screen there over at third. You can now see Cole Miller come in on your right side. The bases are full of Hornets. And that ball gets away. We'll see if Hayes makes his way. He does not. He opts to stay at third. 1-0 the count. Tell you what's hard to lay off, this coleslaw pork sandwich over here that Coach Brock's eating. It's not bad. 2-0. I like to put coleslaw on mine as well. Smells delicious. 2-0 the count here. 1 out in the inning. And that ball hit in the gap and will get down in front of the center fielder. Ball relayed in. 2 runs will score. Runners now on first and second after the single from the right fielder. And your score 3-0 on 2 hits so far in the inning. Number 15, the left fielder, Trey Hardy, now at the plate. That pitch in there for a strike. There actually will be one more home game on Saturday, but this will wrap up our broadcast for the regular season for Westfield. Saturday, we will not be able to broadcast the game, which will be the regular season finale. So, hoping we get a big victory here for Westfield tonight and pick up any potential playoff series they might have at home, as that pitch gets over the head of the catcher, over the head of Hardy. Both runners move up to second and third. Count 2-1 on Hardy. Three and one the count now. So 3-1 the count to Hardy. They do have a bag to put him at, and that pitch misses. And that will be the third walk of the inning, I believe, and runners will be back at every base here with a 3-1 lead for Westfield. Now up to the plate, number 1, the center fielder, Ty Shelton. Ross Alden will be on deck, the third baseman, and then we will roll to the top of the lineup, I believe. And that ball hit Shelton. So 4-1 is now your score. Looks like we got some activity down in the Young Americans bullpen. Now to the plate will be number 6, Ross Alden. That pitch high, 1-0. And that ball gets away. You got a run coming home. Slide head first. That's Hardy Hudson scoring on the pass ball. 2-0 the count, and Westfield now leads 5-1. That one fouled back. Mr. Dale mentioning here in the booth that Jake Canterbury is on deck with runners on second and third right now. And Alden at the plate. Canterbury, the lone out in the inning, puts pressure on. You don't want to make 2 out of the 3 outs in the inning. You certainly don't want to make all 3 of them if it goes around again. That would not be good. 5-1 your score. Runners still on second and third. Only 1 out. And that pitch outside. And Canterbury will come to the plate. Did he call him out? Oh, no, he called him back to the plate. I thought it was 3-1. I was fooled too, Mr. Dale. So Alden back to the plate. That one fouled back. 3-2 the count. Hope you wrote in pencil, Mr. Dale. And you did not. And Mr. Dale skirts by on that walk. Number 4, Jake Canterbury, will stride to the plate with the bases full of Hornets. Let's see if Jake can redeem himself and pick up a hit here with the bases loaded. And on cue, strike right in there. 0-1 the count to Canterbury. I guess Jake has been identified as that guy. And that one flied out. And that will be a sacrifice fly. It will score Trey Hardy. So Ryan Powers will stride to the plate with a 6-1 lead here for the Hornets. And unfortunately for Canterbury, he's got 2 of the 3 outs so far in the inning. But he did get an RBI right there. He plates a run. So you can't be too unhappy about that. That one flied out down the right field line, out of play. 0-1 the count with 2 outs, runners on first and second. I wonder if we might see Shelton with his speed in motion here as Sutton Blair has not provided a whole lot of resistance in the base stealing department. And there he goes. Both runners move up. 1-1 the count on the ball. So now you got runners in scoring position, second and third with 2 outs. Ryan Powers already has 1 of the 2 Westfield hits in the inning. And he's going to have another hit, and that will score 2 runs. So 8-1 now your score, with a stand-up double. Will be generous today. Now to the plate will be in number 8, James Hayes. And I know what the lineup's thinking right now. Let's get it back around to Jake. That is not nice to do to their pitcher. And there's a pitch in there. 0-1 the count. Of course, I'm sure if Jake will take, if they get around to him a third time, he'll take the third out too, because that means a lot of scoring for Westfield. So you'll take that trade off. There's a swing and a miss from Hayes. And Ryan finds his way down to third base, but Hayes with 2 strikes in the at-bat. And that one out of play down the left field line, giving chase the third baseman there, Caleb Blunt. He has the absolute slickest glasses on the field today. And that pitch gets away. Power's going to score, and he does. Now your score 9-1 on just 3 hits, but a lot of walks. 1-2 the count to James. No, excuse me, 2-2 the count to James Hayes. Got to pay attention to Charlotte and see what she's got up there. Make sure I'm tracking the right count. 2-2 the count. That pitch high. 3-2. And Hayes comes all the way back in the at-bat to coax a walk out of Blair. 9-1 your score. Westfield leads. Now coming to the plate. Whoa, I guess not. I thought there was. That's the second time in the inning we've gotten fooled on that. So 3-2 the count. And that one flown out to left field. No chance at that one. That one bounces. And there's a double. I will have to give the benefit of the doubt to the left fielder there, though. That ball got up there, and there's a little bit of a jet stream up there and just took it about 15 yards to the left. But Hayes will take the double over the walk. Be down at second base for Cole Miller. Again, your score 9-1, and the first baseman for the Hornets up at the plate. That ball over the head of Miller. And Hayes down at third base. And that pitch bounces. Hayes going to score. Don't slide, please. Oh, goodness. And he does slide. And that will plate the 10th run in the inning. Worry about that knee. Two and 0 the count. That ball lined down the left field line, out of play. Well, popped up, really, not lined. 2-1 the count. Yeah, Cole Miller, I think, is going home run shopping right now. And that pitch bounces to the plate. 3-1 the count. Sutton Blair struggling. Got a feel for him. He started off the game, he got an out. Had the 1-0 lead, but that did not last very long. And that one flied to right field and got the right fielder all turned around. And Cole Miller cruises into second with a double. And now coming to the plate will be number 3, Zane Childry. I was waiting for him to turn his back. 10-1 your score. Runner at second. It's always good when you can't understand the walk-up music. And there, that one's in there for a strike. Cole Miller moves up. 3-1. He's 3-1. 0-1 the count. Goodness gracious. It's one of those days. Runner down at third. That pitch high. 1-1 the count now. And Childry pops up. Maybe trouble. And he makes the play. So Westfield picks up 10 runs on 3 hits. They do leave one runner at third base in Cole Miller. But they've got a 10-1 lead. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Westfield leads 10-1 right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary art, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Prayer Club, and Tri High Y, and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees, and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
And we are back here in the top of the second inning. Westfield leads 10-1 after a big first inning for the Hornets. They score 10 runs on 3 hits. They did strand Cole Miller there at third base, but Canterbury back on the mound here for the Hornets, looking to have a shutdown second inning and try to get back in and get some more runs here on the board. The Hornets looking to try to make this a early night. So now to the plate for the Eagles of Young Americans will be the third baseman, number 3, Caleb Blunt. Canterbury comes set, pitching out of the stretch, 0-1 the count. And that pitch low. 1-1 the count. And that pitch in there, 1-2. And there's strike 3. No problems this inning. Canterbury seems to have settled down and quickly He retires Caleb Blunt for the first out in the inning. Now up the pitcher, number 22, Sutton Blair. Looks like we may have a discussion. And Fitt's going to take the ball from Canterbury. Not sure what the deal is with that. Oh, pitch count. It's probably trying to keep him under a certain amount for John Millage this weekend. Now coming to the plate, to the mound, will be number 25 for the Hornets. And I do not have that number yet, but I will. That is Noah Freeze. So we'll take a quick break, come back with the rest of the second inning right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence. Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
Welcome back into the nest. Hornets lead 10-1. We do have a new pitcher. Number 25, Noah Freeze, enters the game. Good points up here in the press box. Westfield has an all-important series with John Millage with only one loss in the region so far. I think Westfield, Bethlehem Christian, and John Millage all with a loss. So that means Westfield could potentially win a region title this weekend with victories over John Millage, depending on how the rest of the schedule plays out. Sutton Blair to the plate, number 22, the pitcher, and Freeze throws one in there nicely. Blair ropes it down the left field line, but just foul. 0-1 the count. Freeze So running over will be number 15, Trey Hardy, to retrieve the baseball. And we'll get things going here. So Freeze sets and fires, and that one fouled off almost. If you hear that on the broadcast, that is not a blowhorn. That is Coach Brock having a pollen attack. Hopefully he's okay. 0-2 the count. Freeze with the curveball, and that one bounces to the screen. So 1-0 the count now. Or 1-2, excuse me. Nothing like April in Georgia, when everything's covered in yellow, including your nostrils. And not sure where that pitch was. Goodness gracious, this guy wants to be here until 10 o'clock tonight if he's going to call that. 2-2 the count. And there's strike three. I think he finally woke up behind the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Jiminy Christmas. He acted like he didn't want to call that one. So now to the plate for the Eagles will be right fielder Josh Poole. That pitch low and inside. 1-0 the count. Freeze loses his hat. Never know what you're going to hear at Westfield. We got baseball game on the diamond and Pinkalicious being read in the press box, which is fine with me. I like Pinkalicious. 2 girls at the house who grew up watching that, so very familiar with it. 2-0 the count. Pitch high, 3-0 to Poole. Noah Freeze struggling here a bit with Poole. And there's a pitch down the middle, 3-1 to count. Yeah, he's going to need to put a zip tie around his chin with that hat. That one's in there. Just a big old zip tie. Keep his hat on attached to his chin. Working quickly there, and a swing and a miss. And that will be the 3rd out in the inning. Westfield goes 3 up, 3 down that inning defensively, and we'll head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Westfield still on top, 10-1 right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice.
I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there. And he does a great job, and I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
And we are back out of break for the bottom of the 2nd inning, and we have a pitching change here for the Eagles. Number 2, Luke Walden, making his way in relief of number 22, Sutton Blair. So we'll see what Walden can throw at the Hornets here, who only had 3 hits in the game, but lots of walks. Led to 10 runs in the last inning, and we're officially on run rule watch here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 6 runs and a clean top half for the Hornets, I think, would wrap up the game. Westfield will actually be on the road Friday in Milledgeville to John Millage region contest, and then they'll turn right back around and play at home against Millage on Saturday at 1. So due up for the Hornets will be number 12, Hardy Hudson, the right fielder. As Walden's ready to go here. We're waiting on the catcher. Must have been the last out in the last inning. Oh, man. Good throw. Right on the money. Tell you what, I like the throw down. And that ball ripped to shortstop. Throw over, and he's safe, and the ball gets knocked away. Good play by the shortstop. Let the ball play him a little bit, but came up with the catch. Throw over, pulled the first baseman off the bag. And that will... Did he call him out? Oh, okay. So courtesy runner here for Westfield. Trey Hardy at the plate. Will Herbert, number 11, the courtesy runner for Hudson. So runner down at first. And Trey Hardy to the plate for the Hornets. That ball flown foul behind us. No light hit, though. 0-1 the count. Won the count to Hardy. Walden throws. Ball gets away from the catcher, and runner moves down to second. So Herbert makes his way down to second base, and the Hornets have a runner in scoring position, up 10-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 the count to Hardy. And that pitch high. 2-1 the count. And that pitch is outside. 3-1 the count. And that pitch high, and the runner's going to move up to third base. And he's going to stay there, Will Herbert. Runners now after the walk on first and third with no outs. And number 1, Ty Shelton to the plate for the Hornets. We don't have another courtesy runner. We are. Number 28, that Harper Shelton. Oh, so he's going to be sub for. That's a courtesy or a pinch runner. So runners on the corners for the Hornets. And Shelton skies it to center field. And that will score a run. There's an overthrow. Shelton going to move up to second. So 1 out in the inning, a run across, and should be Ross Alden to the plate, the third baseman. I will flinch all day long when the ball comes back. 0-1 the count to Alden. And that pitch outside, 1-1 the count. That is something the Eagles have struggled with today, and that's finding the strike zone. Two and one the count. Now one inside. Catcher tracks the ball down. 3-1 the count. Number 4, Jake Canterbury. No. We've got number 25. I'll have to get the name on that on deck. Noah Freeze. That's right. And that one flown out to right field, tracking underneath the ball and making the catch is Poole in right field. So there's 2 outs in the inning. Number 25, Noah Freeze, now at the plate. Freeze fouls one back. Mason Easom on deck. And that pitch outside, 1-1 the count. And that pitch high and away, 2-1 the count. And that pitch high, 3-1. And that pitch high. Runner will advance on the ball getting away from the catcher. So runners on first and third. And now to the plate again, number 14, Mason Easom. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. 1 run across here in the second inning for the Hornets. And Will Johnson on deck for the Hornets. Ooh, and that hits Easom. And number 9, Will Johnson, will stride to the plate. So bases loaded for the catcher, Will Johnson. So he'll hit for himself. That pitch lined into the outfield. That will score 2 runs. And now runners on the corners. 13-1 your score now, with number 21 for the Hornets to the plate. That is Reed Black. And we'll see what Black can do here with runners on first and third. That one lined out to left field. And a catch made by the left fielder. And that will retire the side. 3 runs. No, excuse me. Yes, 3 runs on 1 hit in the inning. And 2 left on base. No errors in the inning. We'll take a quick break. Head to the top of the 3rd inning. Westfield leads 13-1 right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary art, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Clear Club, and Tri High Y, and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees, and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield. At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary art, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Clear Club, and Tri High Y, and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees, and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
Welcome back to the top of the 3rd inning. Westfield leads 13-1. We've got a good bit of changes. To the mound will be number 20. That's Russ Hiley. We also have some other changes. Number 13, that's Grayson Waller, will be at 3rd. Ross Alden moves to 2nd base. Goodness gracious, I got a lot to say. Reed Black, it looks like, is at 1st. I can't make out Mason Easom in shortstop. And I probably missed some, but we'll try to pick them up as we can. And that pitch high and inside. Right field, Will Herbert. And center field, Harper Shelton. 1-1 the count. And You said Neil O'Brien in left field? So 1-1 the count, I believe. Swing and a miss there, 1-2. And that one in there for strike 3. Number 5, A.J. Gibbs to the plate here. Ooh, it has gotten really shady on that side. That pitch inside. He's got some giddy up on his fastball. That one grounded out to short, and I don't know why Easom tried to backhand it. But Roger Dorn would be proud of that one. They watch Dansby make that play deep in the hole, and all the shortstops want to do it. Runner on first base on the E6. Pitch outside. 1-0 the count. I guess that missed somewhere. 2-0 the count. That one grounded foul. 2-1 the count. (13-1) your score. Runner on first base. A swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. And a swing and a miss there. Throw down to second on the mark, but can't make the completion there to Ross Alden, and it goes into the outfield. So runner down at second, but an out there on the strikeout. Alex Abbott to the plate, number 18. Fouls that back. 0-1 the count. And there's a swing and another strike. 0-2 the count. That went high. 1-2. And there's strike 3. Not a sound from the home plate umpire, but strike 3 nonetheless. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. Westfield still up 13-1 right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, They help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have. Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have. Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
And we are back here in the bottom of the third inning. Westfield leads 13-1. If they can plate 3 runs in this inning, the ball game will be over. Westfield has scored 13 runs on 4 hits so far in the game. We got number 13 for the Hornets will lead off. And that is Grayson Waller. Well, at least the catcher's having fun with it. So Grayson Waller to the plate. And apparently everybody loves that walk-up song. And a rip back up the middle. Grayson Waller almost took his head off with that pitch, or with that hit. And we are in the dark over here on this camera. So Will Herbert will be to the plate, number 11, with a runner on first base. And the Hornets, again, trying to put this game away. That one fouled out of play. 0-1 the count to Herbert. Oh, and 1 the count. Hey, play Little Einsteins for one of them. As that ball gets away from the catcher, it's in there for a strike. And a swing and a miss strikeout there from Herbert. So 2 up, 1 down there. A runner on second base with Harper Shelton to the plate. And that ball gets away, but not far enough away. 1-0 the count. Luke Walden got his first strikeout there. Harper Shelton trying to score Waller from second. And that pitch high. 2-0 the count. And that pitch drops in there. 2-1 the count. And that sounded like it didn't feel good. Shelton will go down to first base. Sorry, I was making an adjustment on the camera to see if we couldn't get, and there we go. We got a better picture. The exposure on that one was crazy. So Neil O'Brien will be at the plate. And that one skied down the left field line. Excuse me, right field line. What am I talking about? 0-1 the count. That one rocketed down the left field line and foul. That pitch outside, 1-2 the count. Two and two the count. That one just misses. And there's a ball fouled away. So still 2-2 the count with runners on first and second. Again, 1 out in the inning. And that ball is going to drop in front of the right fielder Poole. And Westfield has runners on every base. So number 22, Luke Davidson, to the plate. He actually pitched some last night. And Coach Weatherington, I guess I didn't notice it, but he is switched up with Coach Fitzpatrick. He's now coaching third. That one in the gap. And the ball caught. And Westfield will tag a runner in. And that will be 14-1. And now up will be number 20. I think that's Noah Freeze. No, Russ Holly, excuse me. That's pretty good. Holly to the plate. That pitch in there for a strike. Now runners move up. And now runners at second and third. 0-1 the count to Hiley. Base hit here wins the game for the Hornets. And that ball is dead left. 0-2 the count. And a ground ball to the shortstop. He makes the play. And he's safe. And the second run comes in. And that should be it. And that will end the game. 2 runs come in on that infield ground ball hit for the Hornets. So we'll quickly go into our Westfield Booster Club post-game show. I'd like to thank them for sponsoring our post-game show and our Sonic Player of the Game for the Hornets. I'm trying to think. I had a good bit of hitting. Not a real long game. Maybe Russ Hiley for coming in and pitching good. We'll give it to him and then getting the winning hit there up the middle. So congratulations to the Hornets. They win 16-1 in 3 innings tonight. They will take on John Milledge Friday and Saturday. And be sure to look out for those scores and any playoff series that we have coming up, as that'll wrap up the regular season for the Hornets here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. And we'll say so long after a big victory here tonight. Westfield wins 16-1. You've been watching Hornet Baseball right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.